Oh, don't forget to unmute it. Or I think it doesn't.
Hey, Debbie. All right, guys, we're going to try Dinosaur. We might have to kind of head out after this because it has been, 2 hours or so. By the time we get through this, it'll probably be 3. I'm just having to be really careful with all the internet that I'm using while we're still in our growing phases. So,
You want to tell them that we'll come back?
yeah, we'll probably be like
20 minutes before.
No, it's fine. No, Courtney, you're fine. Yeah, we'll try Dinosaur. We'll see how it goes. We may take about a 20-minute break or so just to, while we're here in the line, just to kind of.
It's going to be boring.
Yeah, it's going to be 45 minutes of people just kind of here in front of us and not doing a whole lot. So. And while we have lots of fun, and sometimes I like to push the envelope on a lot of these more adventurous rides, you'll see that if you go back and look at that video, my son was with me. But given the situation, just first and foremost, our hearts go out to their families that are affected here. You know, poor Tyree's family, the people that are involved there in the Icon that are still, you know, working with law enforcement to kind of wrap all that up and get some answers for their family, and even the family that he was with, because I understand that he was from out of town, out of state, with another family for like an outing thing, like a group thing. So, you know, I can't imagine the guilt that all of them feel, you know. So that being said, our deepest condolences go out to those that are involved and are affected there. We're affected. That's actually why we didn't choose to stream yesterday. Just my headspace just really wasn't there to be able to come out and laugh and be out here with you guys. So after a lot of reflecting and a lot of conversation around everything that we have going on at home, we feel that it would probably be best that going forward, any more of the more adventurous, risky type rides, not that this one was necessarily billed as a risky ride, but if it gets to be a little out of the element for what a normal ride typically consists of, like World's Tallest or, you know, going over a building or something like that, know that we've had conversations with our kids that I will be the only one doing those kinds of rides, and that they probably will not be involved until they're able to make those decisions legally for themselves, just out of precaution. You just never know. And I thank you guys already for your understanding in that. I don't feel like anybody would ever give us any kind of grief either way, but just going forward, although Devin probably would want to do a lot of these more adventurous offerings with me, we just don't feel like it's a good place to do those and make those kinds of decisions for him. So the decision we have made is that he'll have to be able to make that decision for himself and of that kind of age. So thank you guys for your patience there with us, but going forward, any more adventurous outings, rides, experiences will truly only be me and not a me and Dev thing like it has been in the past. I think it kind of hit us a little differently because we were on that ride. We know what that view looks like. We knew what that felt like coming down. It just shook us a little bit more. It definitely made us feel a bit more mortal and human. But yeah, if there's anything that we can do for that victim's family, for Tyree's family, for the Sampson family, we would love an opportunity to try and track down a GoFundMe or any kind of fundraising page that they may have and make a donation. Oh, cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I know. It was heartbreaking. And, you know, as a parent that took their child up that big, long thing with them, I was telling Jonathan this yesterday, the entire time. So before we left, Devin asked them, he was like, I feel a little loose, like, can you push this down a little bit more? And it got pushed down so much on his legs that he was like, oh, my thighs are like being squeezed. And I was like, buddy, I would much rather that happen than something else happen, you know, within a few minutes later. Like, you can be uncomfortable for, you know, a couple minutes. But the entire time we were up in the air was all I could think of was, you know, just watching him, making sure that he was okay, and how quickly we could get back down to the ground. So, you know, it's a different perspective when you've done that experience, you've done that ride, you know, what your thought process is going through all that. And I don't want to bring the tone of the stream down, but it is a very serious matter that we feel like needed to be kind of addressed and talked about a little bit. So, yeah, so going forward, that's just how we're going to proceed in the future. And if anybody has any insight onto any kind of fundraising for the Sampson family, we'd love to get in on that. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So, yeah, so that is that. And if I equally happen to hear anything more about where to donate to Tyree's family, we may do a stream specifically benefiting that, or at least direct you to wherever those fundraising efforts are for their family. Courtney, I think all that's just kind of stalled right now. I think it's too early to say. I think that everybody involved has made statements that they are working actively with anybody investigating the entire incident and trying to cooperate as best as possible. So it may be a little while before we hear anything more, and it may be that ride never opens again. We don't know. There's just a lot that's up in the air. But the main thing is making sure that family has what they need as best as they can. I know nothing will ever bring their son back, but just being what they, being able to benefit them in any way that our ride community can is the main thing from here on out. And that includes supporting them and not allowing our kids to ride on some of those more adventurous rides. Wow, it looks like we're moving up pretty quickly. We're already under the overhang. Okay, sorry. Mood changer. But we did feel like it needed to be said. So thank you for my mini soapbox for a hot second there. Oh, hey Caleb. Sorry I didn't see you there. Oh, let's see. How long have we been in line? About 20 minutes or so, you think? That we've been in line?
20 minutes?
Or so, you think?
So it's about the 45 minutes.
Okay. You want to take a break real quick?
Sure.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we're going to take a break since we're just kind of going into the building here. So feel free to stretch your legs a bit. Grab a snack. Take a bathroom break. We'll come back just as we get inside and seeing like the dinosaur roundabout and everything and getting closer to ride time. Can't guarantee, that it's going to be terribly long, so anticipate us just coming back. If you are watching and you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do that. And do that one more step further. If you'll hit that little bell icon, that will let you know once we go back live. So we're going to give the stream a break for a little bit, give my phone a rest a little and keeping up with the comments. Readjust my mindset for a hot second, and then we'll come back here in just a little bit. So hang tight, and we'll be